Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Day, and the one and only Master Propaganda, who is like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Pachino Stalemate's Farmlands. Straight from the stalemate to the farmlands. In the northwest, it is Alpenwell and Skeng fighting here for the German army, the Reich. He is setting forth with the 16th Panzer Division here, the Mechanized and Armoured Support. In the southeast, it is Scotch and Janko here with the 82nd Airborne supporting the British 1st Armoured Division with a double Pathfinder into Sappers Vickers versus Bikes, Panzer Grenadiers and Pioneers and Grenadiers. So as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued heroic and generous support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. Pathfinder from westwards there, Dingo for Janko. And 30 cals here for Scotch, bit of a Pathfinder light opening, at least for now. So the Allies are coming to the machine guns. Germans have yet to pop for anything. Of course, the DAK can't right away. The Wehrmacht, of course, can, if they want to. So, steady approach across the width of the map here. Pathfinders in the way. For those wondering what exactly were the roles of the Pathfinders, their job was basically drop ahead of major paratroop insertions and sort of secure the landing zones ahead of time and, try and make things work a bit more smoothly. As a fun side fact, the British paratroopers had their own Pathfinder as well. Same Grenadiers got for Skeng. More Panzer Grenadiers definitely. We've got the Pathfinder hunt down with the Grenadiers. He got a few good shots in there. Further south, Pathfinder sneaking up here. British forces up north, largely just moving in with no real contest. As the Germans, as you might notice, are focusing more to be able to support each other. This is advantageous, but it also means, again, large parts of that could, conceded, and a good flank could really do a lot of damage to them. So there are some obvious strengths, but also some potential weaknesses against sharper opponents. But the opponents aren't too sharp, it may not matter. From north, the opponents being sent upon by the Sappers Sten guns versus the MP40s. First section almost done here for Janko. 30 cal there moving forwards further south here. Bike and Panzer Pioneer. Panzers pushing upon the Pathfinders there, and we do get more Pathfinder for Scotch and the infantry support center. More Grenadiers there out for Skeng and 250 half-flex here for Alpenwell. Most of our players continuing to focus mostly on infantry, and just the MG42, despite the buffs, continues not to be heavily used. I mean, it's not like it's not seeing any use at all, but compared with, say, Allied machine guns, the MG42 just doesn't get usage. Also, I think he got a bit lost up here. The Grenadiers were just standing almost within shooting range, just doing, Jürgen, I think something is happening over there. Nah. I can hear Otto screaming for help. Who's Otto? Oh, you asshole. Pathfinder's almost done. Oh, still waiting here to get for the imports and be done. Grenadiers moving in. Other squad falling back. Really low on health here, so he's going to need to prioritize some healing here. He's going to have a hard time, doing much with them. He could, of course, also transfer them out there for Jaeger Squad, since he does rush out the Luftwaffe Company. Alpenwell with the light support company south side. Large secured here's the Allies. Where the Germans focusing center south, the Allies seem to focusing center north. Half tracks there full on as well here for Scotch. Going to be like upgrade to them 16. German forces trying to keep the Allies from advancing too heavily into the center here. North Allied forces pushing in, more Grenadiers withdrawing. So yeah, at this stage, he's better off just withdrawing these Grenadiers for Jaegers, because they are at such a low health state there. I can show here. Again, most of them are just going to drop to a single shot. I mean, he could also build a bunker, wait to get healed up, but honestly, transferring one of them out for Jaeger Squad is, I think, a really solid idea too, to be honest. But again, the metagame really seems to favor just getting a lot of Grenadiers, because they are fairly flexible and cost efficient. And again, it's that mix of cost efficiency and flexibility that is, really important. They can deal with infantry, they can take sensitive light vehicles, they can snare them up, that is. They got grenades, they got merge, they can lead out sandbags, part wire, and the Jaegers and the Panzer Grenadiers, while certainly more powerful, just to have that flexibility. The Panzer Grenadiers is basically a way of dealing with vehicles, and the Jaegers grenades. So Grenadiers, to an extent, just keep sort of being the core element here for the Wehrmacht, even if they are weaker than both Jaegers and Panzer Grenadiers in terms of raw firepower. 2-1 here, though, for Skeng. Medic bank is almost done. Fire support elements here for Alpenwell. Noting no ambulance. I mean, considering the way the medic bunker is positioned here, of course, it's likely to rely on that. So good teamwork there. South side, the Allies think about there. 250 supporting the back, and the Panzer goes to strike at the captain, who definitely poured himself a bit out to him there. Captain Bobberts. Bobsville, Tennessee. Humber's on the way there for Janko, still yet to pick a battle group. We got there the veteran gunners there for Alpenwell. And up north here, British forces are making steady progress. German counterattack so far a bit lacking, though the arrival of the 2-1, of course, should assist with this. The lighter Schützen Panzerwagen. Ingo rolling in. Another 2-1 on there, Spice, and the 250 goes down. Panzer Pionier nearly escaping there, except for Rudolf and Heinz, as they get devastated. Flak feeling on the way there for Alpenwell. Half-punch the Panzerjägers. M16 rolling forwards. Sappers of the Grenadiers. 2-1 almost done. Flak feeling almost done. And we got the infantry training upgrade there for Janko. A classic as well. Ooh, half he got pelted with grenades. Clearly Scotch, they're underestimating his opponent's tenacity. And David gets it. Good win there for the Germans early game. Stinging blow there to Scott. Certainly a cautionary tale not to overplay your M16 against the Germans. Another half to, of course, Scotch, being the Americans, of course, has plenty of resources spare, but apparently size maybe not that many. Instead, we got here advanced logistics to make his troops cheaper to reinforce. Might also be planning to drop in some paratroopers. Meanwhile, up north here, 2-1's moving in, noting no upgrades for either 2-1. I mean, he actually has no significant way of finishing off this Humber. So, double 2-1 there, like your Schützenpanzerwagen. This would also be known as a patrol with 2 armored cars, and 3 patrols would make up a platoon. Yes, I know, that sort of stuff. Anyways, however, it's the 2-1. 2-1, of course, need to be a bit careful. It's the Humber with its autocannon. Of course, the 2-1 would sadly be replaced by the 2-2, which eventually will be replaced by the 250-9, as the whole chassis here with only 4 wheels wasn't really good off-roads in the actual war.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
So they can't end up stopping making them.
The beggars are
So there's a little fun fact for you. Mines here, good man, of course, here. Note the sort of bottleneck nature of the terrain here. Very likely to get infantry to move through it, or even light vehicles.
Commando paradrops have the green
Jäger's
light.
almost done here for Skeng. Panzerjäger's up for Alpenwell, further here in the Allied base. We do get some paratroopers inbound there for Scotch with the 82nd Airborne.
Beggars are threatening a munitions point. They're losing a fuel point to enemy
We got the
action.
flak feeling laying down some heavy fire there.
Exposed out there.
Laying down, pushing it up, I guess, considering it's being fired at aircraft.
Munitions point.
Jägers arrived here for Alpenwell with their G43's semi-automatic rifle, which was meant to replace the K9TK eventually, but then came the whole Sturmgewehr, and production kind of shifted towards the Sturmgewehr instead. And we got Janko there with Airborne dropping in the support commandos, which is definitely a bit awkward. Wearing Airborne uniforms, wearing the Airborne red beret. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they seem to act more like, well, British Pathfinders. Till called in the 2-1 and the flak feeling in mind all the infantry nearby. Humber doing great work there for the British Empire. 6-pounder guns here for Scotch. There you go, moving up with the LMG commandos. Noting no upgrades here yet for Scotch's paratroopers, no light machine guns, no bazookas, but now the Germans have managed to get some good map control, and obviously getting a lot more light vehicles out than your opponents does help with that a fair bit.
Conditions nominal. Ready to drop.
Obviously they can always change in the blink of an eye. We've got almost triple cap here from the Allies and the Germans, and the South flak feeling there, going for some isolated units, catching his Scotch a bit unprepared, as he was definitely thinly scattered out here. Further north here, troops being rushed forward into the 30 cal, which of course, with its damage reduction bonuses, can absorb a fair bit of damage. Though of course, against that much damage, there are obviously limits. Team of British forces moving in here. Humber diving in further close, being here to the Jägers with that Panzerschreck. And a 6-pounder gun as well there for Janko. Sorry about that hiccup. British and American forces steadily moving forwards up north. You'll see there Janko pushing forwards as well. And we got Panzer Army Commandos and Panzer Companies here for both Alpenwell and Skeng at pretty much the exact same timing, it appears, which is fairly impressive. Thumbs up to that, even if it was not intentional. And we got more anti-tanks being airdropped here for Scotch.
Anti-tank crews are on
We got
standby
raid
for
taxi for
orders.
Skeng, and that's about it. We do get salvage, and we get Panzerstorm there out of Alpenwell. Going for the flak feeling here, Parrot in trouble there. But they do get into the nearby house. And suddenly, it's the anti-tank crew nearby that's in a bit of trouble here. Never mind the bike. Fortunately, the anti-tank can't fire that particular angle. But the British are making a pretty steady push up north here. Humberdinger's moving in. Of course, for Janko, we got double caches there. And of course, that's the thing with the battle group. They can build the caches automatically and at a discount. So that's obviously fairly handy there for Janko. He sets up a fuel cache. In fact, he sets up several caches. He's going for 3 caches at the same time? I would definitely call that a bad move. I mean, 1 cache, cool, 2 caches at the same time. Bit excessive, but under the right circumstances, like the map I can see it. 3 definitely feels like he's just spending way too many resources and caches at the same time. Definitely not advisable. I mean, obviously they're going to get a lot of fuel and munitions out of it, but I feel like Janko might have spent too much manpower. They can spend on other stuff like fast attack or that. But we'll see. Up north here, though, 2-1 knocked out here. Small one hit for the Glorious Latch from old Blighty. The German assault there is being slowly ground down. Sender being held victoriously. Further south here, Pentagon is punch being holding up. And we got a tank depot there for Scotch. Moving forwards, double 6-pounder guns, and they both miss. Wow. And there you go, the second volley goes off, knocking out a 250 half-track. Giving nothing but a burned-out bucket. And we got a flak 30 out as well here for Skeng. I missed that. So much going on here. So not a quiet match, that's for sure. Got those LMG commandos added again before realizing they don't actually have any withdraw. Bit more dropping out there for Scotch. And got a supply drop here out of Scotch. Hits are being prepared, like going to be a mortar pit in the center. German forces pushing forces up north. British forces have been forced out. You got Panther 3s there for Alpenwell and Skeng with the Panzer 4. 2 thumbs up. Also got bunny scopes. He's lighting up for Vespers. Like, again, after the change they made, Vespers become so popular. Though, again, I still think, well, how they achieve that is a bit cheesy. I just, having 2 abilities on separate cooldowns when it comes to artillery, just, yeah. They honestly just buff the Vesper's main artillery barrage and just be done with it. Anyways, Panther 4 almost done here. Panther 3 rolling out for Alpenwell. There you go, the Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausführung L. Holding a swift southern bound assault here. Trained him on, Panzer taking losses, and he's also activated Panzerstorm for a single Panther 3, it appears. That's a bold move. I mean, it also applies this flak feeling half-tank there. Not too much of Panzer, but you know, it's trying, it's trying. Mortar pit, of course, blasting away there. Humber withdrawing quickly. German forces could maybe assist here. Jaeger sneaking with Panzer checks. 223 here out for Skeng. Thumbs up. And the Panther 3 got knocked down. Knocked out here by Scotch. Actually hitting the entertainers fairly well in the south. Risky, of course, if infantry came in, but in case of a tank, really good. 105 with Sherman now for Scotch, and we got the company command post for Janko. Oh dear. Flak-feeling's about to get knocked out. Be careful, but we do get grenades instead here on the Humber, and the flak-feeling finishes it off. In the center, Panther 4 trying to push 40 into the center, but British forces put up a stout defense, refusing to let the Germans get through. Company command post there for Janko.
Send your message.
Black 30 setting up.
Oh, the vehicle!
So was the Pioneers. And a strafing round here called in by the new support commanders. Again, feels like they're just Pathfinders. If they got that easy access to, like, you know, air support as well, but that got shot down. Another Panzer III here for Alpenwell.
Sectors in enemy hands.
And Grant's being researched here for Janko. We got 411 for 87. And there you go, as expected, now we do have the Vespa here out for Skeng. Based off the Panzer II chassis, mounting 105 on the howitzer.
Grant's medium tanks are available.
Grant's now available here, we can see there, Janko pushing for them, thumbs up. Noting not much of his battle grip for the time being. And we got Starstorm for Skeng, 2 thumbs up. And go best for firing, hitting the Church of St. Al of Pachino. Patron saints of little friends everywhere. And of all they're crushing its way through the alleyways. North side again, we do get the British thing poking in. I mean, there's like barely any like real like, you know, observation in the north for most of the match here so far. Like, they're just kind of focusing heavily in the center of the south and the north. It's almost like they just have a gentleman's agreement not to go there.
A Grant medium tank is reporting in.
There you go, Starstorm out. Heavily armed veterans with G33s, MG42s, and Stielhandgranate with the fragmentation sleeves.
The enemy have the upper hand.
Grant on the way there. A British modification of the M3 Lee. Grant rolling forwards here. Panther 4 called, need to be careful there with the 2 guns that Grant can apply against it. Further south here, German counterattack there into the frontier of Scotch. Scotch, the Imperials just briefly a bit out of position, but returns some pretty vicious volleys of the flak feeling, which is actually managed to hit Veteran E3, which does make it tougher actually, amongst other things.
We're losing a victory point.
In the center, Allied forces have managed to break through the German lines up north. A massive battle now is breaking out as the gentleman's agreement apparently has been broken. And we got Matilda called in there, Panther 4, the dashing 4 Jaegers, Grenadiers, Starstorm, all going forwards for the Reich. And there goes straight from round here. Not sure what that was supposed to achieve. There you go, 6-pounder gun scoring great hits on the Panther 4 side armor. Kutzgrove finishing hit here, leaving Skeng panzerless. But no, he makes it. We got the Vespa soldiers tagging back there. South side, the Allied forces have been crushed. 82nd Airborne finding their positions overrun and in disarray. Squad leaders desperately calling company command for fresh orders, and only being told to just stay in position and stay alive. More grants there out for Janko. Panther 4 the receiving repairs. We got another Panther 3 there for Alpenwell. Thumbs up. We got rocket strafes there out of Scotch. No carpet bombings for him. As for Janko, we do get the incendiary carpet bombing. Alpenwell could select a lot of stuff, Skeng a bit more. I mean, he could set up for Panthers you want to, buildable ones. Who knows, maybe he does not want to build Panthers.
How many guns do you need? Bishop SPGs will be made available shortly.
There you go, fresh road troops out of the Allied base, focusing now hard south again, north side. I guess he might be hoping that, you know, the pressure up here applied previously might keep the Germans thinking something's going to happen there, meaning they could push from the south. The Germans have actually withdrawn here towards the end of the map, and actually doesn't have like much defense to the south either, so they could be planning to like launch an attack somewhere else. And there goes, toss them together, the building, it's about to collapse. Skeng! It's a structural integrity! There we go, getting out. And there you go, we got here Scotch with a reconnaissance there. Grants and Sherman's just hammering away their Panther fleets down through the streets here. And now we got Alpenwell with a loiter of his own, losing a Panther fleet here though. Almost got one of the Grants here, Panther 4 dying forwards. Artillery firing down death as well here. Panther 4 in trouble. Panther fleet might also be in a bit of a tough spot here. We'll have to see. Another strafe here takes out one of the Grants. No Allied anti-aircraft guns though. Makes things a bit easier for the German Luftwaffe to be sure. West side, Allied pulling off continued good flanking efforts here with Scotch ripping through Alpenwell's forces there. Another Panther 4 on the way for Skeng to replace the one that got knocked out. And that flak feeling, I think, is looking pretty tanky at this stage. He took like an anti-tank hit, and like, yeah, didn't lose that much, honestly. Like, it's a stage where it can, like, take 3 hits to go down. It's also taking the meaning of, like, a Tiger tank where someone to engage it would take 3 shots from a Tiger tank to go kaboom, which is typically sort of where I'd say for a light vehicle, that's a bit much. Anyways, destroy the pack for 8 there. And we got this Skeng deciding for a Panther instead. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. It's awesome though, we need some reinforcements, some healing. We got 361, 349 victory points wise. It's fairly close between the two sides for now. Getting close. And more supply drops here for Scotch, more munitions. North side continues to operate on its own rules of strategy, it seems, and we got more Panzer fleets out of Alpenwell. There you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5 Ausführung D, early model. Straight to minefield there. And the Panthers Norfolk Jägers nearby, flag 30 moving in. Oh, sorry about that. More grants for Janko. Bit air comes that of Scotch. Centre being a bit lightly defended.
Repeat, sector lost.
Could we see Alpenwell eventually go for armed reserves? Not impossible, but I do notice that when players go for Panther fleets, they tend to stick to Panther fleets, and very rarely do they end up going for armed reserves. Allied force against sinking Norfolk. Germans are trying their best to keep the occupant in the centre. There you go, Blenkerber forcing the commanders out the back door. Good bit of work there by Skeng. And German force getting hit, and there you go, rocket strafe taking out a Panther 3, but both aircraft get knocked out of the skies here by the Ace flak, but now it's getting taken out by the Shermans. Getting vengeance for the fallen pilots.
Heavy machine gun crew killed.
Not too bad there. Now neither side has any anti-aircraft weapons. And we also see Alpenwell's forces actually taking some heavy losses now. Meaning Skeng could have to do some of the heavy lifting here to turn this around. For that northern point, we got 358 to 312.
Point is being overrun. Typhoon loiter in the target.
And there you go. British lower shot as well there.
I see you now. Circling your mark.
Oh yes, there's the flak 30, forgot about that one.
Report just in.
Nope. It can't as easily track targets as a self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle, so... More strafes. They didn't get the Panther, a bit like there for Skeng and for Deutschland. Sappers the Stars to them. And Sappers win that somehow. I suspect we missed out some crucial elements of that fight to make it make more sense. And now we got the Allies actually going straight for the German base here. knocking out Alpen's light support company. Devious play there, and down it goes. They do have the Vespa still in operation here. Panther's heavy neat repairs. There you go, got one of the gun crews here. And the second too. That Vespa's getting some work done there. They need to finish off these anti-tank guns before the Allies manage to recruit them. Or they need to recruit them themselves, but they certainly can't allow them to get them back. Meanwhile, more airdrops here out of Scotch.
Commander, territory is being threatened.
Panther 3's diving in, anti-tank being dropped right in front of the Panther 3's. Nothing to follow up with here. Gonna recruit the anti-tank guns. Almost gone on the Sherman 2, the Panther 3's. Anti-tank, of course, can't be ignored either. Got British, oh, not British, but American Paratroopers from the Pathfinders moving in here. Got one of the Shermans. Good hit there for Alpenwell.
Making progress. The enemy is down to 200 points.
Almost got an anti-tank gun. Can he manage it? Will there be assistance from Janko? And we got their Scotch for the rocket strafe. Almost got both Panther 3's there with that.
Enemy action.
And the ground here might be able to finish it off, but no, doesn't get it.
We're losing
What
a
great luck there for Alpenwell.
victory point belongs to the enemy.
That machine's about to get knocked out here. I don't think Scott. Yeah, I didn't realise it. Caught up in other things. Bishop's now here for Janko. And Scotch with an M18 Hellcat tank destroyer. Fighting remains brutal. Up north here, we got the commanders going for the Grenadiers here by the northern victory point. Another 105 Sherman for Scotch. Apparently decides Hellcats are for wimps. It's all about those Shermans with the howitzer guns. That and airdropping stuff, clearly. He's airdropping so many things.
Ready to provide air support.
358 to 144. Germans really starting to lag behind the Allies. Really starting to lag behind. Definitely something they do need to be careful about here. Bishop at the ready. 25-pounder gun mounted onto the Valentine tank chassis. Was the first self-propelled, artillery the British made. Turned out to be not very good.
The enemy is trying to take a point from us.
So they would eventually move on to the Sexton. They did try and get the Americans, make some Bishops with the 25-pounder guns.
Assault flares can be fired
But the
over
Americans weren't
frontline
keen on that,
sectors.
so they met the
They shall
Sexton.
have nowhere to hide. The enemy have taken our territory.
Panther Thieves on the move. Once more. Another Panther Thief for Alpenwell. Another Bishop for Janko.
Territory
More
sector
high explosive
lost,
clergy.
Commander.
Fixing up here. There you go. Germans pushing forward here. Round to the Shermans and the anti-tank guns and the grunts. And there you go. We got Jank as well there with the Lloyds as well. They're catching. Oh, and it really helps up. We even got a rocket strafe. I think they're out of Scotch. So many rockets being delivered there into the German lines. Almost got the retreating Panther Thieves, but Alpenwell definitely had a bit of luck there.
Bishop 25-pounder carrier.
Oh, so close yet so far.
Victory point.
Still, Alpenwell does take a bit of beating. His lines are collapsing, and both anti-tank guns end up getting wiped and then destroyed in the end by the Allies. Units getting wiped here for Alpenwell,
He has control.
causing some rather significant gaps in his force again. And Skeng just kind of watches, standing there as it happens. Jackson's in trouble here. Sherman's pushing forward, but into two Panthers now. Skeng here. The Shermans do need to be careful. Predators continue the advance. We've got Starstorm at the ready here. Pioneer's in deep trouble. Wants out the Starstorm as the Grand Tomahawk takes out the entire unit. And wipes them. Stinging blow there to Skeng and the right. German infantry forces are being whittled down rapidly. Another wipe there, courtesy of artillery. Almost got one of the Panthers too. Meanwhile, Panther Thieves are counterattacking into the flank here of Scotch, catching him very unprepared, overwhelming his positions pretty swiftly. Hellcats are being brought in, but they're going to be, I think, a bit too late here. And there you go, got one of the Shermans.
We shall prepare our light vehicle crews at once.
Victory here for the Germans. Okay, it's almost done there for Scotch.
Victory point to enemy action.
Almost, but not quite.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
That Sherman's going to need some repairs.
We've lost the sector to the enemy.
And there goes salvaging the Sherman for a bit of extra resources. Thumbs up to Alpenwell. In 49 versus 93. There you go, Bishops. Once more sounding the orchestra of war. Heading the Panzerfleets there. In 49 versus 87. The gap is growing and the Germans are very much falling behind the Allies in terms of victory points now. More Hellcats for Scotch. I imagine it's due to the sheer number of Panzerfleets out of Alpha, who's almost at this stage got nothing but Panzerfleets at this rate. Like, he's just taking massive losses. Panzerfleet swinging in there. Counter-attacking in the name of Deutschland. And 17-pounder guns being paid by Janko. Wagner in response to the Panthers. I don't think he's thinking he needs 17-pounder guns to deal with Panzer IIIs. Also got an MD-42 there for Skeng. Also, this Flak 30 is actually ace level. So
the enemy have 75 points left.
it does give some damage reduction and deflection damage, plus just more shots per burst of damage. Yeah. First time I've seen someone get to Flak 30 after the patch. Veterans free after the patch. Ugh. I'm a bit tired, it's been a long day for me. So a bit of quantity in Germans mostly moving around along the south center axis. North continues just to work under this weird gentleman's agreement, unspoken of. They just don't really go there most of the time. Now we're going all the way for Janko. More British RAF action. We got the Flak 30 with Ace going at it. Shoot, Fritz! Shoot! Get those Allied Yarbos down!
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
Well, I was even taking down any of the aircraft. Oh, got one of them. Got both of them actually for that Flak 30. That's pretty damn impressive. South side here, Panzer P and Panzer in deep trouble here. The Allies to remain firmly in control. We got a command tank actually out of Alpenwell. 2 thumbs up. I mean, that's actually a really good idea when he's got so many Panzerfleets. Get a command tank to support them. 2 thumbs up to Alpenwell. And could even go for Panzerm. He is. Oh dear, it's a big armored assault here. Swinging in for Deutschland. Charging in, guns blazing, Allied lines collapsing rapidly, devolving into mess here. Bishops are being overrun here. Good God im Himmel. Alpenwell is just going absolute blitzkrieg here on them. We got air loiters called in here. The rocket strafes actually catching the Panther 3's in line of the command tank. Oh God, im Himmel! Another Panther 3 down. They're all exploding. Now we got the Panther arriving. Another Grant tank down. It's an absolute brawl of tanks. Grant's down. The Allies lost all their armor except the single 100-pound Sherman, but the Germans also lost most of their tanks. Wow! Smoke being deployed here to at least cover things out a bit. The anti-tank is being wrecked. German infantry nowhere to be seen because it's barely there, so they can't support the attacks fully. That's actually a massive issue for the German, is lack of infantry to support their armor. 17-pounder gun, they're hard at work trying to blow up those tanks, those panzers, but that was spectacular. But in the case of Scotch, he's quickly able to replace losses because he's playing as the Americans. We see a Sturmpanzer there for Skeng. I still think they need more infantry very badly. We get Fin 26 versus 42. Germans are holding on here desperately. Got the command give us the 223 there. Sturmpanzer ready here for Skeng. Ooh, machine they can hit with a few RAF grenades. They're both at the British and the Americans. 240 there. Starting to bleeding out the Axis again. Allies are fierce. The Germans are hardly asleep here at the job either. Maybe except on the infantry department. Again, like one squad of infantry on each end is not exactly ideal. Grant's there for Janko.
Our victory point is being overrun. Jerry's run out of steam. They're down to their last 25 points.
More supply drops for Scotch.
Victory point under enemy control.
Vesper immediately trying to silence that, and there go Hellcats going for the Sturmpanzer, snares off as well. They're seeing the Sturmpanzer, then immediately knocked out. Machine gun cleared out in return. Pathfinder's gone with the highly explosive wind as well. Bringing a 20 versus 22. The Germans are barely holding on here. But holding the R for now.
A Grant medium tank is reporting in.
Got that 2 to 3 there being fixed up. Bikes for Alpenwell. And it really should just be going for more infantry at this point. I mean, the bikes really just have no shelf life in a sense in this battlefield. They're going to get knocked out really, really fast. So I don't think there's too much logic here for Alpenwell to go for bikes when he just needs more troops. I mean, you can like call in some with the 250 half tracks there with the various groups. I don't think he's going for armed reserve, so I think that'd be fine, honestly. But he seems sticking to the bikes there. And there you go. Alarming folks got the 17 pounder gun providing fierce support here. Veterans are on that gun. Panther feast on the flank here. We got air reconnaissance here. Panthers in a bit of a crowded position there. Hellcat shouting forward from net with Panther 3 fire. Germans falling back from the center line, and of course seizing more crucial allows the archer to return to beating out the Germans. Paratroopers in a rather desperate position have to fall back, and we got this, but they're trying to snuff out the 17 pounder gun. Almost got it there. Panthers moving in. And there you go, 17 pounder gun and truck down. This is big for the Germans. This is a significant blow to the British. Americans still have Hellcats, but without the 17 pounder guns, they will struggle against that many Panthers, particularly with the veterans here going up. 303 with 17. 16. Going for that, son the big point with the bike. Panther hitting a mine. And down it goes. Bike zooming off here. German pushing to the center. Allies pushing from the north. Panther 3 kaput. Artillery fire from the Vesper. Continually supporting the advance here of the Armored Fist of Deutschland. 17 pounder gun recruit again. A dashing move. We got a Flampanzer out of Alpenwell all of a sudden. Completely missed that. And there you go, rocket strikes here, hitting the 17 pounder gun more than the German panzers. 4 points left for the Germans. 3. Hellcat swinging there for the Flampanzer. Panthers doing what they can. We got plenty of pioneers out for Skeng, but no real infantry. Got the center. Trying to get back in the north here. Germans managed to hold the bleed with 2 points left. This is intense. Another 2-1 there for Skeng. No infantry. 2 points left, 284. 25 pounder in the base is signing off against the German positions. Paratroopers being dropped into the southern point here. Fresh infantry being lit. I mean, both sides now are pretty short in infantry, honestly. Both sides are very short. There you go, Panther moving in. Hellcats on response. Pack for hitting up as well. He called in by Alpenwell. So much fuel for the Allies, by the way. 141 and 361. Germans almost got the pack crew, and down it goes. I mean, the Allies can just like sneak in like any of the other points. They can pretty much win this. And there you go, Commander Singh from Northern Point. And the south is clearly where the main theatre is. The arena of destruction and conquest. The Destruction Derby. Going for Northern Point. Rendering it neutral there. Going for the center one as well. The Gem being drawn away here. Rocket strikes and the Panthers almost got one of them, but it's not enough. Hellcats got the Sturmpanzer. And there you go. That's it. GG, game over. They rendered the other 2 points neutral, even though they can't get them. It is GG, and let the Germans lose a brutal battle here. The Germans at times are really close, but I do think part of the issue is she just didn't have enough infantry to like really like, you know, sustain operations there. And that allowed the Allies like just slowly push back. But still, brutal match. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. This is Imperial Inchi. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for the next episode. Bye, everyone.